Hi, my name is Bowman. Welcome to my very first instructional video. Today I'm going to try and show you how to play Ace of Aces by the fabulous Fearless Flyers. Hopefully you'll have seen my cover already and got yourself a copy of the transcription. If not, I will be showing a transcription down here as we go along. I'm just going to concentrate today on Mark Lettieri's part. Apologies for any pronunciation errors there, Mark. This is the main part that you hear tracked in the left-hand side of the track. Cory is playing the rhythm on the right. Or is that the other way around if you're looking at this? Either way. The transcription contains both parts, but I'm just going to concentrate on Mark's part today. Aces of Aces is a great funk track in the key of E. There are some pretty difficult parts in this, so I'm going to assume that you are already familiar with a lot of the funk techniques, especially the right hand techniques in terms of 16th notes, scratchy notes. If you're not, there's some great videos out there. Mark and Cory themselves have done some great videos, so check those out on YouTube to learn how to do that. Once you've got the right hand strumming patterns down, this song becomes a lot easier, but there's still a lot of hard work for the left hand. I spent quite a lot of time doing this transcription. I'm not saying that it's perfect, it's the best I could get. I used an app called AnyTune on my Mac, which is a great little app for transcribing. It allows you to slow things down. This is a very fast track, so it's great to be able to slow it down and hear what the guys are doing. And also because they pan left and right, you can adjust in AnyTune, so you can just pan it left and just hear the left-hand guitar, which is great for working things out. Hopefully you enjoy this track and get something out of it. If so, please give it a like. Feel free to subscribe to my channel as well, that would be great. Also, there's a link below to my Facebook page. That would be great if you could like that and also keep up to date with anything else that I'm doing. If you have any questions, just drop me a line and I will try and answer them as best as I can. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in now, because only my girlfriend and my mother want to see this face. Try and get some close-ups on the hand so you can see what I'm doing. For each part, I'm not going to play it over and over. I'm going to play it relatively at speed and then maybe once or twice slowly. You can obviously stop, rewind, use the transcription how you want to check it out. The track itself is split into 4 different parts. First 3 are all 8 bars long and the final one is 16 bars. Between each part there's the kind of signature little funk lick, which we shall look at first. Play it through once and then a couple of times slowly for you. Starting at the 7th fret. Okay, so part 2 is kind of like a little funky rhythm piece that Mark gets going. He's primarily using top 3 strings, which I kind of bar with a finger. These 3 here, which is implying, I guess, a E9 chord. Remember, the bass line is pretty much all across E, so everything's relative to E. And then also these 3 notes up here, which I guess could be E6, and then a passing chord in between. Okay, you might have seen this in various of the funk songs. Play that funky music, white boy. It's quite a common thing. So I'm going to do this 2 bars by 2 bars. And slowed down. Again, you can use your own fingering, sliding up. I'm kind of use a combination. Okay, next 2 bars up to speed. Fairly similar, he just puts a nice little slide bit in at the beginning. It's up to you if you want to slide it or pick it. Let's do that slide bar again. Next 2 bars. First one starts pretty much the same. And then there's another little slide piece. Once more. Next two bars, the first part is just a repeat of that main riff, and then we've got a nice little lick. Let's do the first bar first. Pretty much the same as we've already done. No scratches at the end, I believe, so it gives you a beat rest so that you can move in ready for this next lick. So, nice little lick based on E mixolydian, which is E major with the flat 7. He's pretty much just running down it, missing a couple of notes, going back on himself a couple of times, but it sounds pretty cool. A rest on the very first 16th note. Show you once more. One thing I would say, I'm sure you know this already, but a lot of this is done with some pretty heavy palm muting. So I guess you're looking for that, which is just all with this hand. The next bit is back to the riff that we've already done. And that's part 1. Start with just an explanation of some of the chords he's using here. A few chords and then a few runs between them. Using our old favourite, the E sharp 9 chord. When he's hitting this, sounds to me as if he's giving it a good bit of vibrato. He then moves to these two chords. This, if you're familiar with the G and an A, it's pretty much the top 4 strings, but you've got an open E, which sometimes plays, sometimes doesn't, transcription. That's actually implying a E minor 7, I guess. Up to this chord, which I guess is implying possibly an E13 chord. Let's take this bar by bar. And slowly. So what he's doing here, between the two chords, getting the strumming pattern, he's hitting the open E a couple of times, whether it's exactly where I've got it, but it's giving it that just that instead of just being and leaving that E ringing out, it sounds quite nice. So you have a play around with that. Next bar. Slowly. So, similar kind of thing, some different rhythms in there. What I believe he's doing, whether this is intentional on purpose or if it's just as he's moving back to the chord, I'm hearing a G sharp in there. So I'm just kind of hammering it on, which I didn't do there, I actually picked it. Next part, pretty much the same as the first. Slowly. Slide down at the end, which then runs into the next lick, which goes like this. Again, you've got that first 16th note rest. Okay, so slowly. Next bar, again similar to the first one. And then the next bar. And slowly. So the difficult part of this is this little rundown, which I believe he's sliding down. The next two bars are the same as bars 3 and 4. But without the, you've got a beats rest at the end there. Okay, and then back into our favourite. And that's part 2. Okay, now we hit part 3. In my mind, the most difficult part, but it's a great part. There's some great little licks in here. What's daunting is the speed that he plays them at, which does take a fair bit of practice to get up to speed and to make it work right, to get the rhythm exactly right as well. So I'm going to take this bar by bar. Bar 1. Do it slowly. So nice little E bluesy lick. Once more. Next bar. Starts with a rest. And slowly. And the next bar. And the next bar. And slowly. And the next bar. And slowly. Next bar. Follow straight on from the previous bar. So slowly. Final 2 bars. Nice and slowly. And then back to our lick. That's part 3. A lot of difficult parts in there. Certainly the bit that took me the most to learn and to be able to play up to speed. What I would say is to take each bar at a time, play it slowly, must get that rhythm right. If you don't get the rhythm of the notes right, it's all going to fall apart. So just keep at it and slowly build up the speed. Finally, part 4, which is 16 bars long. Mark is very much taking a rhythm part in this. Some great chords he's using, but what's really good is the rhythm which he's using for these chords, which varies a lot and again takes a fair bit of practice. First 4 bars, not too bad. It's those top 3 strings again from the E9 chord. Initially, I'll tell you when he does, I don't believe he is playing that note. I think it's just the top 3 strings. Bit of dynamics, it's quite quiet to start with. And then towards the end, I think those last 2 beats, where the G sharp comes in and he starts hitting it a bit harder. Okay, the next 2 bars are staying with this chord shape, top 4 strings, and it's all about the rhythm. Okay, play that slowly. So the bit that transitions. So the first bar of those 2 bars, same rhythm as previously, and then he mixes it up a little bit with a... Okay, next 2 bars he's using this chord up here. Which again is a nice chord, very similar to what we had before. So you've got the 7th, the 9th, 3rd, and the E. So I guess it's an inversion of E9. And again, it's all about the rhythm. At the very end of this, he's going to move into the next chord shape, which is this. which we'll talk about in a second, but these 2 bars. So, from that into this for the next 2 bars, and we're going to be jumping around again, another inversion of E9. Slowly. So it stays with this chord for the next 3 bars, changes up the rhythm. Sounds like this. And slowly. Nice bit of vibrato. So yeah, again, as we had earlier, gives that a nice bit of vibrato. Okay, and then one final little lick in the final bar. Slowly. And that's part 4. All we have left now is the final outro lick, which is very similar to what we've heard all the way through the song, except it's slightly extended, so you're playing there 4 times. And that's the track. So I hope you've enjoyed it and you can go away and learn it for yourselves.